So I'm here with P1 from the Cartridge Club. It's great to finally meet you. This is quite the honor. For the people who don't know, can you tell us what the Cartridge Club is?
Yeah, so the Cartridge Club started out as a book club for gamers 4 years ago with my brother and I, and since then it has grown into so much more. It's now become this wonderful online community of content creators, gamers, collectors, lurkers, just people of all generations, races, ages that all share this love and passion for video games, and we all talk about it online and hang out.
I mean, Catherine and I joined the club about a year ago, and we found it to be the most positive community on the internet. Total, let alone video game community. Such a breath of fresh air to come into a group of people who are all very supportive and welcoming.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that.
Hey, it's all the community, the people. I think, like you mentioned, like you guys aren't alone in feeling that. There's a lot of people out there who feel that the online scene is people are more antagonistic. It's easier to complain about something than talk about something. But for me, and my brother as well, we always felt that if I'm going to hear somebody talk about something, I'd rather listen to them talk about something they love than 20 minutes of them talking about how angry they are about something. And it's just, we've been so lucky that we had such a great base of people, and it was built on that foundation of let's share things that we like. And that's not to say that there's not disagreements and there's not, constructive criticism and back and forth about games that people have different opinions on, but it never gets hostile. It is, like you said, it's a welcoming place, and that really is, that's a testament to the people who have joined the club. It's been a wonderful experience for both of us, and we're super happy with it.
So I'm here with the Latin legend, Julian. He is a member of the Cartridge Club, who you don't see that often, and he made it all the way to Canada for the Barrie Game Exchange and to just hang out for the weekend. So far, what do you think of Canada?
It's a great country. I like it a lot. I had a lot of different food.
You actually had something kind of crazy. It was a double cheeseburger?
Yes. And the buns were 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
This guy's just living it up here in Canada. We just got out of a value village. Is there a lot of value villages in the U.S.?
Yes.
And so you're familiar with the way that you can maybe change the prices of some of the items as per the podcast you listen to?
Oh, yes.
And was there any shenanigans like that going on here today?
I didn't see any, but you might want to check video.
Now, there's a lot of other people from the Cartridge Club here, like, Mussy Hobbit, Eric and Melissa from the Q-Dogs, Rocket Sauce, the heir apparent to the Cartridge Club, and you hung out with them last night. I think you met Kevin and Sarah just now, like recently. What do you think of the meeting members in person?
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I like meeting everybody, meeting new people. I'm not really social, so this is it's fun. I feel like that crazy fan.
Well, it's awesome. We're so happy to meet you as well here, and we've had a great time so far. To me personally, the Cartridge Club has always been about celebrating games and celebrating the people who play them, not just gamers, but collectors, people who just clean games, like Canadian Retro.
Yeah.
Celebrate him too. Why not?
Really likes cleaning games. If you got dirty games, send them over to Canadian Retro. You can find them on Twitter.
But one of the things we keep coming back to here is you keep saying online, and it's been years of dealing with people who you only know online, but something different happened this weekend.
Yeah. So, dusty down here. So it's been 4 years, and my brother and I live on the far east coast of Canada, so we don't have many opportunities to see people who live more central. And the club is spread all across Canada, the US. We have members in Japan, Australia. There's members in the UK. There's members right across the planet. We have members everywhere. And everybody else has met each other. Like, people who live in these areas, these concentrated areas of members, have gotten to meet each other. But there hasn't been, up until this point, a gathering of people from different, bringing in people from the United States, bringing in people from all across Canada to get together. And we're very lucky that in Upper Canada, in Ontario, there's an event called the Barrie Game Exchange, which is hosted by Nintendo Hodge, who is a Cartridge Club member. And so he he has sponsors for his event, and we decided that Dean Lasagna, who is one of the founders of the club, and I were talking. And we said, listen, man, we've known each other for 4 years. We have this huge group of friends that we see and we talk to, we interact with on a daily basis, whether it's on a Google Hangout or playing Splatoon 2 or struggling to hit that silver score on Overwatch. We're not all diamond players, and so we said, let's make this happen. This summer, let's make it a mission to get together and get as many clubbers as we can. And we had people come from as far away as Portland, Oregon, to this, and it was just this. We made this commitment to come, and I brought my wife. Now, unfortunately, my so it was a good time, and we all came together.
So, there's tons of people here that you've met for the very first time, right?
Yeah.
And these are all people who, love you for what you were able to do, create a community, a space for them to be.
Yeah.
And what was it like meeting a lot of these people who you've interacted with over the last few years for the first time?
I love that question because we asked ourselves that, on the drive here. My wife and I drove over, we were like, we're gonna meet these people, and we're gonna be, sharing space with these people that we've known for years online, but I don't know what they're like in real life. Are their online personalities completely different? You know what I mean? Is Miles a serial killer? We still don't know.
Questions unanswered.
So we get here, and people that I've only seen on television or people who I've only heard in podcasts are now walking around me. I look up at the breakfast table, and there is Bill from the SDC podcast, who is we listen to him religiously every Friday. He's the only podcast my wife listens to. She doesn't even listen to my own show. She makes me turn it off, and she loves these guys. And he's there at the breakfast table, and it's sort of surreal to see these people in my day-to-day life for this weekend, but at the same time, because of the club and because we've all gotten so close, it felt completely natural, almost like this is something that would happen all of the time.
I mean, it was so great. You were the first person that we saw when we were coming up to the house, and as soon as I saw you, I was like, oh, it's Mussy. It's not it's going to be awkward meeting this new person I've never spoken to before. But what was it like meeting some of the people who started the Cartridge Club, like P1 or Dean, the people of Round 2 Gaming, people who put all their time and effort into creating a community for positive and supportive gamers and collectors?
Yeah, I can only first thank those individuals for putting in the effort to get things to where they are today. I only joined the club last year, the beginning of 2016, and even just in the time that from there to now, there's been this amazing growth without feeling like it's gotten out of hand. We are, we are, as I feel, we're closer than I think we've ever been. Not only because of technology, but because I think we're all just genuinely friends. And so one of the funny things that P1 said to me when I finally got to meet him in person, right? I talked to him sometimes daily. Was I don't feel like this doesn't feel weird. You and I, it's just that we don't have a device between us anymore.
You guys and P1, let's say, and everybody else, we watch your content or we listen to the content. I've been interacting with P1, and I know that he watches our stuff. So for me, at least, I was actually really comfortable. I really felt like, even though we'd never been in the same room before, I felt like we were actually just getting together
on a Saturday.
I mean, I hate to sound like a downer, but for me, it was really comfortable and really hey, it's good to see you. I felt like we had done this before.
Yeah.
Even though it was the first time, I had no problems. Everybody that we bumped into.
It was kind of it's Sunday dinner, so let's all get together for Sunday dinner.
It was great. I mean, I wanted to meet everybody. That's the thing. That was to me the bigger draw, was meeting everybody. I mean, because I feel we almost all talk almost every day throughout Twitter.
Yeah.
So to finally, I mean, we kind of almost know what we all look like. So it's kind of nice to finally get to meet it in person. So I mean, P1 was fantastic because I've known him for going on 5 years now, and finally get to meet the person. And. Too bad Mark wasn't here, P2, I'd love to meet the founders of the show, or the club.
Yeah.
But no, everybody. That was, I know if you were worried about the convention, that was, in my opinion, that was just the bonus. The gathering was the more important thing to me. That's why I came up for it. They didn't even need to put on a show. If you would just say, hey, we're coming for our barbecue, this is a once-a-year thing, I'd be down for that even, basically. It was just nice that, I guess, we can all include our hobby more, which is playing video games. So.
Quite a few, and there was a PlayStation Portable game there, a Gradius collection that I'd never seen before, and I said, I need to buy this because it's Gradius. It's a bunch of Gradius games. It's for the PlayStation. I've never seen it. So yeah,
I love
there's tons of stuff.
Yeah,
There's tons.
they're so good.
The shoot 'em ups in a collection. That's my kryptonite. I have to buy
That's
it.
your wheelhouse.
Yeah. So she bought it for me, but yeah.
This
definitely.
is so great. I feel like I'm actually in the Q Dog house right now. It's such a treat. Thank you so much.